Hi, this is the Vipress. It was suggested today that we go over some changes for AVA and maybe do a little touching on AVA for the sake of the newer members in the Alliance or those who haven't participated in AVA yet. We're going to start with, of course, going to the Alliance tab, and I'm going to take you to the camps first. These are our old camps. They will be resetting for bat phase, and we will determine at 12 o'clock noon tomorrow, the 17th of June, to see where we will build. But just to give you an idea on how to send out a basic attack is DB has a newer system that we've only recently been using where we actually have to garrison all of our sworn swords. We do have the new system in place, and we'll discuss that in a second. Upgrades to the camps are going to be here. Fortunately, leaders can now lock these. If we're deciding to no longer upgrade the camps, I can now put it into a lock mode, and that will help us to prevent anything else being wasted, which has been a real stinker in the past. But going forward, this is, how we're going to garrison. If we are building in Dorne, for argument's sake, which we might not be, but if we are in Dorne, we would garrison in one of these camps or, donate to one of these camps. This here, being blank, means that there's no silver needed for that upgrade. It is full. This means, of course, we need silver there. So that would help you determine that. And then we're going to go to the war map. The war map has stumped quite a few of us. We have the North, the Westerlands, the Iron Islands, the Stormlands, the Crownlands, the Reach, the Riverlands, and Dorne. So if we are building in Dorne, just for example, because I don't want to mislead you, when Bat Phase comes out, it could be different, and it might be. So, we would go to Dorne and garrison in Dorne to attack in Dorne. So, that is the whole point behind that. One thing that we will go to discuss right now is the new settings for AVA. DB has actually used the North as an example here. They've got all group and single, which is somewhat self-explanatory. All of your sworn swords are going in. A single sworn sword is going in, or maybe you only want to add 5. You'd use that button. And then here we've got group, which we'll scroll down here and discuss that, section 2, group actions. If you want to send your Vanguard skirmish and protectors to fight, you would do that, fight and go. If you want to do all actions, send all available sworn swords from all camps in this region. So then we would use this selection. So say we're swindling, and I want to make that clear. In AVA, you're going to get a boost from the camps, and I will go over that with you in a second as well. If you want to send all your guys to harass, maybe you're a Greyjoy and you're really well trained in harass, or you're a battle guy like me, or a battle gal like me, you can really probably succeed at any one of these actions. Pretty much for most of them, to be honest with you. If you're trained well enough with the boost from the camps as well, you could probably be pretty successful. If we're swindling or we're stealing and swindling, we could use these 2 commands. And, you can even synchronize with someone else in the alliance where you say to somebody, hey, I'm going to send 60 swindles. Why don't you send 30 steals behind me? We've definitely done that when it came to enemy camps. And we've definitely upgraded a lot faster. It's definitely a lot faster than bartering. So this is the new system that we're going to see come open tomorrow when we hit that garrison button. So going forward, a few things that I wanted to discuss with you is the stats of the camp. It's going to tell you what are your chances are of getting a spoil drop, which of course we need for the Lions challenges or the camp upgrades. We'll definitely be starting with an aid camp. I'm already converting spoils, but this is our chance to upgrade to spoil drops, where you'll see it was 35 on that camp, but this is a level 12, so now it's 65%. And the reason why I point this out to you is because if I was going to go looking for aid spoils, I would definitely be using Deep Sands or Green Blood. They're going to give you more spoils just because you're going to get a 65% drop rather than a 35% drop. So, you know, of course, if you send 10, you'll get 3 in a level 6 camp. If you send 10, you'll get, you know, 6 or 7 in this camp. So when there is a healthy camp, that is what I was discussing with you before, is you will get a boost. It will boost your options. They're shut down right now, but you do see here that it will boost your attacks. So it will make you stronger, is what I mean when I say that. One thing that I had noticed that they had incorporated this time around was the new Nocturnal Assassin, which, you know, it says you need the Hunter of the Night for that. And, you know, you need to get these things in the phase. So you have to go overall number 1, which is what our allies are going for, or a number 1 regional alliance, you know, which means number 1 in Dorne, number 1 in Stormlands. And that is the way to get this. And of course, you know, you're going to need the Shadowbinder mask, which is available to you in Lore, fairly simple to make. And again, I only present this because if you are interested in that, I will see what I can do to make that possible for you. Another thing I wanted to discuss is, as I had said in the literature, no peerless in AvA, please. As we are aware, AvA has changed, and we basically want to be careful at this point. If we have a pretty quiet phase because we're going to be in support mode for bat phase, I have been known myself to throw in my peerless. However, I have created, sorry about that, a little bit of outside noise there. I have created what I call a junk army. And these are my sworn swords that I will toss in AvA. You know, these kind of guys, and I basically use them in a way where they're sort of equipped to attack and they're sort of equipped to defend. So, you know, if they end up defending, you know, hey, I can replace them for 500, 1100, you know, it's 2000, it's not going to be as big of a loss. Your junk army is backed by your character. So you're still going to get a little bit of a boost, maybe not as strong as your peerless, but still pretty strong and pretty doable to send out these attacks. You know, what I'm showing you this for with adventure parties is what I do is I lock my guys in and I leave them there. So that way I don't have to sit there scrolling through them all, because I know I'm not sending them out to AvA. I lock them in, I do not send them out. I then close that. And, you know, here's your player-to-player where you'll determine your command points, because AvA is still running off of command points. So we see I've got 66 command points. I've taken my peerless. I've locked them in. So say for argument's sake, I send out 30 attacks, 35 attacks. That's going to leave me 21 command points left. And that's when I'll hit the send button for the parties, because, heck, if you're a peerless and you're just sitting around doing nothing, well, I am the Viperess, and that's not going to fly here. So I'll send out 21 of them to go adventure, or maybe I'll keep 1 or 2 behind to, you know, mess around in the book or help somebody with a quest. But that is my best defense against all the changes that we have, you know, sustained. And, you know, here we've got what we need for the camps. We've also got it on the Facebook wall, but, you know, essentially, I don't think I've got them all here, but essentially this is what we need. I probably will eliminate things when we no longer need them, and, you know, sort of simplify the mess of this list that we have to deal with. But that is how basically we can determine what is needed in these camps. So if there's any questions, please feel free to ask. And I hope that I've somehow clarified something for you here. Thanks. Bye-bye.